Hi, today we're working on Peri's Scope by Bill Evans, and we're playing the root of the chord in the left hand and the chord itself in the right hand. Remember, when you're playing in swing style, you're playing the chords on beat 1 and on the end of 3. So let's go ahead and work through the first half of the song, and we're going to use a little rhythm section here to help keep on track. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can pause the video and work on that for a while. If you have any trouble with it, just go slower or go through the chords again. Maybe take it line by line if you're having trouble playing the left hand root note at the same time. That's what I would do. I would go through this line by line. So basically just 8 chords at a time, maybe 4 or 5 times in a row, and it'll get easier a lot quicker than you might think. Okay, let's move down to the 4th line where we have our string of altered dominant chords. Okay, so just to review, we have the F major sharp 11 chord. Okay, and we're playing the 3rd, the sharp 11th, and the 7th, okay, with the F in the bass. And then we're going to our next altered dominant chord, which is the B7, sharp 5, sharp 9, and that can be played this way. Okay, so let's unpack that. We've got our A, D, D sharp, G. The A is the 7th of the chord, D is our sharp 9, D sharp is the 3rd, G is the sharp 5th, okay? Make sure you get really confident at these. One great way to get good at your altered dominance is to find it in whatever the easiest inversion is for you to start with, and then move around into the different inversions. See what it feels like and sounds like to play it up here, and then this way, right? And then going up to this inversion. Okay, so you're going to come across all of these different ones. You have all these different options as a jazz player, okay? And then go up a few octaves of the piano that way to get used to them, and then come back down. So if we reverse it, do that a bunch of times, and you'll get really used to finding that altered dominant, okay? So from that chord, we're moving down to the B flat 7 sharp 5. And our sharp 5 is just the F sharp, okay, instead of the F. F is just our regular old dominant B flat chord, so we just play the F sharp for the altered sharp 5, okay? Then we go to the A7 sharp 5, F being our altered note of the chord there, okay? So you can practice this a whole bunch of different ways. It's kind of nice to play it, find sort of a progression that has a nice flowing line to it. For example, if I play the F major sharp 11 this way, which is the notes are separated by fourths, I kind of like starting like that because there it is with the F in the bass. Then from there I can move down to the B7 altered chord, and I'm just moving from A to G. From there I'm moving to my B flat 7 sharp 5, just another half step lower here, and then to my A7 sharp 5, another half step. So we have this nice descending line up here, okay, which I like the sound of that. So you can sort of experiment, see what you like, see what you can come up with, and then try to lock that into place so that you can fit it in in the rhythm of the song while you're playing. Okay, so moving ahead now to the fifth line, we're back to our opening chord progression. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then it changes a little bit, right? You have two measures that are exactly the same harmonically as the opening, but then we go from D minor to the D sharp diminished seventh. Okay, so remember, a diminished seventh chord is just a chord that's separated by minor thirds. Okay, and then we go to our E minor 7 flat 5. This is our flat 5 right here, the B flat, right? And then the A7 sharp 5. Okay, so you might want to just kind of work on line 5 separately for a while on its own a bunch of times until you feel strong with that, all right? And then finally, the sixth line of the song, we've got D minor, E minor, F major, and then here's the F major with the G in the bass, and then we have the C major 9, which can be played this way, right? The D is the 9th, and then we go back to that F major 7 with the G in the bass again, and then our turnaround measure is the E7 with the A7 sharp 5, and then it takes us back to our opening D minor, G7, etc. Okay, so if we look at those last couple measures once again, let's talk a little bit about doing more with ninths while you're playing the chord. So if I take the E minor 7th chord, and instead of playing the E, I play the 9th, which is the F sharp, I'm going to toss that F sharp up here, and I'm going to play the chord this way. Okay, and that's kind of nice because then when I'm going down to my A7 sharp 5 next, I have this nice da-da, and then I can hit my D minor with a 9th up here. So that's kind of a nice descending chromatic line taking us back to the beginning, right? Da, 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 da. Okay, it's kind of a very strong type of turnaround that you can try out. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Have fun, and I'll see you next time.